What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's Aramis, and today I got a different video for y'all. What I decided to do was film how I make my wigs, except I'm going to try something new. I'm going to be using hot glue, and I'm going to be recording it. At the beginning of the video, just the first minute and a half, 2 minutes, is just me going to the beauty supply store and Walmart and buying the products and showing you guys how much everything costs and exactly what I use. If you don't want to see that part, just go ahead, skip ahead a couple of minutes, and the tutorial starts there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's Aramis, and today I'm doing a different kind of video for y'all. I'm actually going to be making a wig. I've only made a wig one other time, and I believe for my first try on a lace frontal wig, it came out pretty good. But I watched a little bit more videos and had a little bit more practice, and I kind of want to try it again, except this time I am not going to take 5 hours to make it. I am going to be using the hot glue gun method because I just want to try something a little bit quicker. If this was like some super expensive hair, then I would not be doing this. I do want to go ahead and get it done quickly, so we're going to go get the supplies to make the wig and then go to Walmart for a hot glue gun. I always get these kind. Well, I normally get 40, but I'm going to try 30 today because I wonder if that will stop me from accidentally bleaching like a little bit of the roots. So I'm gonna get these two. I also picked up a dome cap. Make sure it's a dome cap because I don't want the hot glue to go through any holes in the mesh. So I'm at Walmart and they have the hot glue guns for actually really reasonable price, and then the glue ranges as well. Just to give you guys, of course they have like more expensive glue guns with longer sticks of glue, but just to kind of give you guys an idea of how much all of this costs. I'm not sure if I got this in frame, y'all. Here's the consistency of the bleach. It's really like thick, right? And I'm gonna use this plastic knife to kind of just brush it, but not really like press it in because I really don't feel like having to go back with my toothbrush and some black hair dye to fix these, even though I end up doing that every time. Since it's 30 volume and not 40 like I always use, I think I'm gonna let this sit on like 5 minutes longer. So probably about 15 minutes. Cause I don't wanna get into over bleaching. But as you can see, it's really thick. It's not gonna seep down into those little holes. Now I'm just going over any spots. And I always like go a little bit higher than the baby hairs just to make sure I got the knots of all of the baby hairs. And filling any gaps. And I'm gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes and then wash it out with shampoo. The knots are all bleached and she's all shampooed out. I did not condition right now because I'm about to pluck and everything. So here's the frontal right now, all unplucked. So we're just gonna thin the hairline out some. As you can see, it's not too thick up in here, so it shouldn't be that hard to do. So I just thumbtacked my frontal to the styrofoam head, clipped the hairs back so it wouldn't be in the way, and then I'm going to just part a thin. I'm going to turn my head to the side so that it'll be easier for y'all to see. But I'm going to part like a thin section, and I'm going to start just on one side. So I'm going to part a thin section. Yes, y'all, I'm using the concealer brush today because I can't find my rat tail comb. I have my pair of tweezers here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck forward. So I'm going to pluck some out this way, and I'm going to pluck some out this way. And be careful to not over pluck, but just, I kind of count in my head. So once I count out like 25, then I switched over to that side just to avoid like balding or anything. Plucking your frontal after it's bleached is way better because the hair comes out way easier. You don't have to pull on it so much. It's always easier to go back and pluck, but you can't replace hairs that you've overplucked. See, this is why I need T-pins. T-pins work better than thumbtacks because they get deeper into the styrofoam head, but I don't have any right now. So I'm going to continue to do this around the entire hairline, and I'll come back to show you guys the progress. So the hairline is now, as you can see, it's much thinner. Kind of gets like thinner to fuller, and then as we kind of play with these baby hairs some, it'll look even more natural. This was all the hair that I plucked out of my frontal, so do not be afraid to pluck. Speaking of baby hairs, I'm actually going to just pull out the thinnest little section of baby hairs and just cut them with my scissors to the length that I want them to be. So I'm aware these are not like the proper scissors, but I'm not a beautician. This is how I always do it. You get a small section and just kind of, I cut small at first so that I can just go back. And this is the long piece by the ear, and I want this kind of a little longer than the rest of the hairs. Then I go through and just kind of cut at an angle. And I'm going to do that around the entire head, kind of giving me baby hairs already. What I'm doing here is optional, but this is just the step that I take. So I take my wet toothbrush. This is the toothbrush used for edge control, not my teeth. I'm just using water in this toothbrush to brush the edges the way I want them to lay when it's in my head. And when you do it this way, it's not gonna dry like super crispy like gel would kind of leave it. And yeah, even though we have to still make the rest of the wig, the baby hairs will kind of lay in the direction that you want it to lay. This step also lets you know just how thick these baby hairs are. Like these baby hairs up here are just a little too thick for me, so I'm going to pluck, cut them a little shorter and just continue to do that around. But yeah, this step actually helps a lot when it comes to baby hairs. Here's what we're looking like baby hair wise. Now, of course, these baby hairs will not look like this on my head. This is just to kind of move them in a general direction so that I know which hairs are to lay forward and I know which hairs are to be pushed back. So now I'm going to begin making the wig. Instead of sewing my frontal down, I'm going to use the hot glue. So I made sure to line this up like perfectly how I wanted it, and I'm just gonna go in here. And I was initially planning on using thread, but I can't find my thread, so we're winging it. satisfied with the results of my lace front wig. This actually came out way better than the first one I did. It lays a lot flatter and it was just way quicker to do, and I'm all for the quickness, okay? I did not glue this wig down. I did not put an elastic band. I just put the cap on and it fits really snug onto my head, so that's good. I may eventually go in and use the got to be around the edges just to hold the ear tabs down, but overall, the dome cap fits my head really snug. I don't really feel like I need anything inside of this wig. I'm just gonna say from this point on, I will be using the hot glue method. It took me about an hour to pluck the frontal to get like it to perfection of how I really like wanted it. Then it took about another hour to make the wig, but all in all, that's quicker than 5 hours. The hair used in this video is actually from an Aliexpress company called Miss Here Hair. I will have the link in the description to their sites. I was sent 2 bundles of 24, 2 bundles of 22, and a 20-inch frontal. However, for the sake of you guys, I only used 3 of those bundles because I know the average person typically only uses 3 bundles. So here's my 4th bundle right here, untouched. And I must say, if you're going to shop with Miss Hair, I would definitely suggest using 4 bundles, especially if you like longer hair. The hair is pretty long on me. It comes actually down to my waist, but as you guys can see, the ends are really thin, and it's really because 3 bundles just isn't enough for this hair. This AliExpress company actually has a lot of positive reviews on YouTube, so I was really excited when they reached out to me to review for them. But this is my initial review, and this is my first time seeing it on me, just like it's you guys' first time seeing it on me. So you already know I suggest waiting until my final review to go out and buy any hair that I review. But if you are an early bird and just want to get it, the link will be in the description for you guys. This is their body weight texture. I just straightened out. Here is the actual texture that it comes. So it's really soft, doesn't really shed much. I don't really expect it to shed since I used hot glue. So I guess that's the benefit to using the hot glue. If you guys want to see a styling video of me styling the wig in different ways, or an install video of how you could use the Got To Be glue, give me a cute thumbs up and I'll be sure to do that for you guys, okay? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.